Many women got the wrong message. Career, job, and then they thought that they could go do that. And you want the...
Let's go on to the next clip. Serious. All right. They sit over here.
Dating.
It's weird. It's like, basically.
Makes you want to froth at the mouth. You're loving away.
Women shaming the quote-unquote women that actually want and value men. Like, it's... I find it really weird that these women want men to worship them, but men just want to be valued, and y'all act like that's a problem.
You can't make this shit up.
Ain't that weird? Oh my goodness, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, bro.
No. He deserves a hot lunch. He deserves a good meal. He goes to work every day and works for our family. I pack his lunch because he deserves it. Just like our family deserves to be taken care of too. I do this because we're a team.
I think the reason
Controversial.
played the reaction. Oh man, check this out.
Have a seat on the bench. Get into therapy. Do some healing. You are not in a place for a relationship. I think this is sort of a knee-jerk reaction to things in the past that were toxic towards women, particularly in domestic, intimate relationships. But this new idea that it's almost a flex, how little you offer, how little you do for your partner as a woman compared to how much he does for you. It makes for a good Instagram or TikTok post, but it actually does not give you a healthy, long-lasting relationship. There is nothing weak or embarrassing about showing up for your partner and expressing your love in a way that they can receive it.
Thank
Right. If she's drunk,
Men or a mutual other women.
because they're jealous. Girl next to me.
Sis, buy your own shit, strong queen. Yeah, split the bill 4 ways.
Women.
Competition. Attitude. I don't think it's...
Why do you think so many of your quote?
Yeah. It always gets complicated. Yeah, for sure.
Do you think men and women can be just friends?
Yes. Yes. But I think if you asked a guy that, they might say no.
I hate to say it, but I think I have more guy friends too. And I don't think it's toxic. I just think girls do tend to start a lot more drama than guys. So maybe that's why girls hang out more with guys than the other way around.
Girls, you can have like your tea time, your girl time. You talk about your boys, you know? Yeah. And then with guys, you can be more chill, more like flirty, more
like attention whoring, more like getting free shit, more like stringing guys along for favors. Yeah.
Not the cap.
It's just a different kind of vibe than with girls. Like, I feel like it's both different, but I'm definitely more of a girl's girl. Like, hands-on, guys cheating, I'm going for the girls. Girlfriends. Girlfriends for sure. I feel like you can trust them more.
I'm kind of a mix because I feel like girls can be stingy. So
Why is it hard for some women to get along with other women?
Girls can be stingy. Translate. When I go base.
You're gonna get respect.
know your value and always add taxes.
So we know this one is only worth
And they neglect what their boundaries are and what they care about just to try to get a man to want
all morals out the door. Just pick me.
Pick me.
Pick me.
No morals.
Ooh is a pick me girl. You know, or want a man's, but they won't dick, so I'm kind of confused. Is there a pick me guy? Yeah, for sure. Ben or a mutual.
I want to play one more clip and then I'm gonna get into the spill because some things were said that made a lot of that we need to look at. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you this clip.
She comes in with all these bags. She's gonna make them so jealous. Look at their faces. They're so mad. She's so mad.
I was like, okay, I've had enough hearing this. Was when Gabby started talking about the high tea that they have with the corgis. You know?
The psychological warfare. That's so funny. She comes in with all these bags.
So this is what we have to understand. The only time women come together is when the modern woman. The only time modern women come together is when they're engaged in debauchery, when they're engaged in their girls' trips, when they're engaged in using guys for drinks, when they're engaged in getting the bag. And most of the time, getting the bag is in immoral means. Hence the advent of OnlyFans. So, the point I really want to get across is the common ground that modern women share. And that is to embarrass us, that is to use us for our resources, and that is also to furthermore make us and try to weaken us. Some succeeded. There were some guys who fell out the wayside. Some guys who decided to sin. Some guys who decided to become feminists even, in hopes of getting the box, but instead getting nothing. However, other guys, they press through, because even Allah said, seek help with patient perseverance. So we have to patiently persevere through these things that they do. What do women come together on podcasts to do? Bash men. It's the one thing that they can agree on the most. But when one of them gets a man, that's when the infighting starts. It's when the wool comes off. It's when you find out that other single women want to see other women single as well. That's played on by that other clip that I just played. She was spoiled by whoever the guy was. Her so-called friends were not happy at that. Her so-called friends were jealous. I'm getting at this to say that they're only together when it comes to putting us at a disadvantage as men. If one of them has a man, then they're not going to be together. That one will change their tune if the guy is a good suitor. But most of the time, because of the influence of her friends, they're still going to do the good suitor wrong. I have a question for the audience out there. When is the last time you've seen couples go out on couples dates? And when I say couples dates, I mean married couples. When's the last time you've seen that? Pretty sure it's been a while. Now, another thing that needs to be said is that with this being known, everything has to be done accordingly. Now, when she says she has guy friends, what this means is that unfortunately some guys have succumbed and need female attention so badly that they decided to go for this female attention while she strings you along, but also uses you for things, uses you for gifts, uses you for foodie calls. Say, hey, what you doing right now? Let's go out to eat. Those type of things. Unfortunately, some guys have fell for the bait. You know? Some guys fell for it. It's sad, but these are the times we're living in. Now, with her guy friends, just understand that they're only her guy friends, and most of the time, these guy friends fall into one or two categories. One, the guy who's gonna pick her up at 1 o'clock at night from an establishment because her friends ditched her or something like that. The second category is going to be a guy who's actually getting in them draws, but he's considered still a friend. The first category that I named is going to not only do those things, but he's going to buy her things as well, but still be the label of friend in hopes that he's going to get out of that label as friend. So my recommendation is that, number one, don't be their friends. Number two, because of the infighting that they have with each other, when one makes progress, leave them alone. Because one thing I learned is when I was intended to marry in this country, but luckily I called it off by the grace and the mercy of Allah. When I was intended to marry in this country a while back, the bride-to-be said that you play sports too much. You're focused on sports too much. And the reason that being is that she didn't have the drive to work out herself. I'm going to keep this video pretty brief and short. But those clips should just show that there is no sisterhood. What there is that there is factions, and that these factions only come together when it's convenient to bash men. But these factions will not come together in order to reverse the damage that they did in terms of gender relations, in terms of the gender war. There's not that many that are going to do it, that are going to come together and set a different example, because the opposition will be too great. The hyenas run in packs. OnlyFans models run with OnlyFans models. Witchcraft, let me think of a name. Witchcraft Wayana is going to run with another Witchcraft Wayana. That's why you see these so-called goddesses run together in packs. Unfortunately, because of Danica Marie's action in entertaining Six the Serpent, she had to get unfollowed because she followed the same thing as them. That's a perfect example of women coming together when it comes to bashing black men, or bashing any man for that example, regardless if he's black or not. So, with that being said, move accordingly. Still do your monk mode. And I don't like to show my messages, but one brother is telling me if you read the middle message, he's telling me to get out. And inshallah, I'm going to get out. So, with that being said, I don't know if you want to stay around. Because even when the sisterhood is having dissension, they're still not going to be on your side. It's just a matter of convenience. That maybe they'll say something that you can relate to. But as long as they're in competition with each other, which they always will be, these things that we see will continue to go on. And as long as they can come together, which they will, to bash men, the situation will not change. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Forgive me if I was long-winded. Fuller signing out. SYSMB. Save yourself, Muslim brother. Shalom.